we're going to start off by marking out just the general proportions of what we want to make. So we started off with a singular block of red wool, and we're going to be making just a square floating above the water to kind of mark out how big we want this to be. Now, there's no firm definition of how big is mega, but to give you some indication, this is going to be about 200 blocks wide and 250 blocks tall, and that's a pretty good estimation of how to make something definitively mega. So we started off by making this giant cross, and we even gave it a 1x1 pole all the way up to build height. So now we've got our general proportions, and we need to mark out what our terrain is going to be. We are now going to mark out exactly what our island will look like. Using this rough sketch that Pearl made, we're going to make our way round our general outline to create what we think the island should look like. Just generally, it doesn't need to be super exact, just something very rough cut and two-dimensional. So this is what we're left with, and we were pretty accurate to the sketch that Pearlescent Moon put together. So our next task is not actually to get started on the terrain, we actually need to do a little bit more planning out on the 2D scale. So what we're going to do now is create another wool shape of where we want our walls to sit on the island. So we made the outline of the island, and we've changed that to white concrete. We then went ahead and made a 2D shape of where we want our first layer of walls to be. By making just a simple 2D outline, you save yourself a lot of hassle later down the line. For example, what if we had made this island and then found out we wanted to make a size way bigger than this? The island would then become obsolete. This sort of planning is essential to a mega build. And that brings us to the end of stage 1. To summarize, you have in your planning stage, decide what you want to build, conceptualize and get inspiration, and make a 2D plan in Minecraft. Now, we are officially ready to move on to the second stage of the mega build, which is the terrain.